morning, everyone. As you can see, we start the day with a mess. So let me start putting stuff away. How's everyone doing? Hopefully everyone is doing great. Oh, shit. Smashed into a webcam there. Am I using... No, I was not. I was using the correct mic, but I didn't raise the level on the mixer. Thank you for that. I forgot I had recorded a podcast. This should be better. So yeah, levels look good. Maybe a little bit high. Vero the producer. Hey Vero, if you got a second, because you have so much time, can you make some sort of API software to pull the levels out of an audio source in OBS so I can use it for monitoring externally? Thanks. That'd be great. Just bill me whatever it's worth. Oh, my studio lights are off. 1 and 2. There we go. There we are. And probably should shut off my power supply, but whatevs. Morning, MT. Pack up the truck to go fishing. Oh, that's nice. I hope you have a good day fishing. I caught my first largemouth yesterday. Where I go fishing most of the time, there's no largemouth bass. But Vero and I went to downtown Ottawa. Well, we live in Ottawa, so we went to downtown and we fished the canal, and I caught 2 bass, one of which was a largemouth. So that was nice. Only like, they were very small, only like a pound and some. Let's try to adjust there we go. Morning, Gerald. We're just in the cleanup phase that I should have really done like yesterday or something, but here we are. This is a nice, cleaning up my workspace is a nice way to let people filter in from wherever they came from. Very nice. Bass and catfish. Ooh. So I don't have I do have a catfish spot. The Ottawa River, most of the biomass is catfish. I don't know if I have the spots though. I don't know if I could find the spots that catfish hang out. Oh, by the way, I broke this. This is my microphone thing. So I was shoring up the equipment stack overhead so that it doesn't fall on my head anymore. And I knocked this off my workbench, and I guess the lid sheared sideways, because you see these little pips? They're supposed to continue up on the surface here, and they sheared right off. So that sucks. And I also lost one of these adapters. So here's the iPhone one, which I'll never use, but there it is. But I'm missing the USB-C one. It went flying somewhere. So that was kind of sad. How much battery is left in this? Looks like 3 bars. So Yeah, because it's usually up top, and I knocked it down by accident. So that kind of sucks. Why is this stuck? Oh, it was stuck on some blue tack. So yeah, I'm a little bit sad about that. They were kind of pricey, those microphones, but at least it's not functionally broken. Are you going to eat the catfish, by the way? I love eating catfish. I just don't love filleting them. I do know that some people just skin them with skinning pliers, but not a fan. These can go back up here. I have a little storage spot underneath my stuff now. Also have something to look at today. Let me see if I can find it. What is this? Oh wow, okay. Apparently I ordered a whole bunch of these PCBs, the high current ones. Why'd I do that? Today we'll transplant all the fish from the big lake to our neighborhood pond. Nice. Here in Canada, you cannot do that without government approval. There's a government agency that handles all of like natural resources. You need their approval first. We're playing also with this today. So this was sent by a viewer. Let me throw this out. I don't know how easy it will be to play with, but this is like a Tindy product. It is a capacitive touch switch. So this is the capacitive touch part, and it's got a little, NeoPixel on the inside, and it's got this connector, which I don't have a mating connector. We'll have to figure something out. And there's a chip. I don't even know what chip this is. Hang on. Where's my... Oh, here. Let's see if I can see. Hey, JB. My God, I need to get my microscope figured out. Oh, it's upside down. All the electrons are going to fall out. Let's see. I cannot read that. XO35F8. I don't know. So it's got it's got an IC. And so it is a switch, but it's I2C. And so you can set the colors and stuff. And the other thing is, it will at least work with a 10 millimeter gap. So like almost this box. So you put this box on top and you touch the box and you'll be able to make it work, which is pretty incredible. So the guy demonstrates it with a piece of plexiglass. Problem is I don't have this little connector. How am I supposed to... I thought this was like a pin header. This is not a pin header. This is way smaller. So maybe I'll cut some leads off of some resistors and we'll make a little... Yeah, that barely fits. I don't want to get glue in there. But maybe we'll make a little DIY connector here, because yeah, the leg of the resistor fits just in there. So anyways, we're going to play with these. I will need AI to make code. There is no example code. there's like, well, here, I guess I could show you. I have the page open because it's on my other emails. So here, okay, so yeah, here's like 8 mils and it works. Here is the diagram. I don't even know where it switches. Oh, I guess it just sends a response by I squared C. I don't have that connector. Wait, I'll check in my box. Maybe it fell out of the package. That's possible. But anyways, here are the examples. Set touch color. I don't know what this means. Command 0xc2. I don't know what this means. But yeah, here it is working on that 8mm plexi. Like, it's a really cool product. Anyways, he sent it to me. Take a look. If we can't figure it out, I'm gonna email him back and say, hey, I did tell you you're sending this to an idiot, so you need to help me here. Let me check my box. There's got some of these. Oh, I do. Oh my God, he did send it. Right? What is this? It means, yes, Johnny, and protocol is binary is also words, I guess. Okay. So he sent this. Well, I'm guessing that's power and that's ground. And then here's the little connectador. Okay. But maybe I can just connect this to power and ground and it'll just work, but I need to connect it to a micro. Okay, hang on here. So, 0, yeah, but how do I send that to it? Anyways. Well, I'll use AI, I think. Unless you can write me something, JB. You want the link? Also got these. We're gonna do some unboxing this morning. Here, I'll send the copy and paste. It said I squared C. Whatever that means. Like I know it communicates by I squared C, but I don't know how to send like the correct I squared C messages. This one, I got this one. Got some, this one, this one. We got a lot of stuff here. I think that's it. I don't think there's any more. Just checking in my box here. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And then we've got another unboxing to do. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to ask ChatGPT. That's the goal. Did I even open this? I haven't even opened this. So, a battery monitor, which is great. I've got this project, which I'll keep to the side. So we're going to do this today. We're going to try at least. We're going to deal with this as well today, and you'll see how and why. We've got these guys, got a whole bunch of these. I'm going to set these up because we're going to be using them shortly. O-rings, these are for fishing. Yeah. So that's not really of interest to you guys. These are nozzle scrubbers for 3D printers. It's a nice little like silicone brush. So I want to put that on a stick and like scrub my nozzles on my 3D printers with it. So that's that. Got some RGB LEDs here. This is actually for Vero because she is supposed to change her set, like her background set, soon. And these are NeoPixels. So the goal is that she'll be able to do some I2C addressing, or I2C, what am I saying? She'll be able to address the LEDs to pattern different patterns and stuff. So that's what these are for. So that's good. And then this is for, yeah, this is a ELRS receiver. This is for the drone, which we haven't finished yet. We're going to be working on that at some point, not today. And then here, this came in yesterday, 2 days ago. And so we are going to open this up. Now inside is other packages. I just got to make sure that they don't have my address on them. I don't think so. Here, I'll take a look at them, and then as they come through. Oh. Nope. Nope. All right, start with these small ones. Whoop. Okay, these are 0805 resistors, 220 ohms. So I'm gonna have to put that away. So they'll go into my kit of resistors. I'm guessing this is some more resistors. So these are the resistors we used for the microcontroller testing project. Same thing, 0805. So these are 500 pieces each. 0805, 470, and 220. Morning, Mr. Ireland. And then this one, hopefully, is the nice stuff. Oh yeah. So these are all my LEDs. So we're going to be able to solder a new one of these. So I'm at the point where I'm going to have to make a box of LEDs because this is becoming too much for my LED pile. So there we go. So how many LEDs did I order? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ordered 800 LEDs. That was actually a little pricey, to be honest. So, oh yeah, so here we go. Ordered orange, yellow, green, red, orange, yellow, pink, and pink. So some of them are in the diffused body and some of them are not in diffused. So like for example, doesn't say, oh, pink. So see, this is diffused pink. This one is diffused orange. This one is not diffused. Oh, they put the label on top, so I don't know what this is. This one is not diffused. Put the label on top, so I don't know what it is. Diffused yellow. So that's kind of one I wanted for this. No, I wanted green. Did I not order green? No, wait. Okay, yeah. I need yellow and green. Jesus. Getting old, folks. So diffused yellow. This not diffused, and they put it over the label, so I don't know. Not diffused red. And then this one here is not diffused pink. So I thought the diffused pink would have like a pink body, but it doesn't. It has like a milky body. So I guess my idea is I'm gonna put them in one of the, oh my god, I can't reach, oh shoot. I need to clean up down here. Oh no. Okay, if there's a loud crash, everything is okay. Probably gonna put them in one of these boxes. Because it's getting to the point where my 5mm LEDs are just taking over everything. The thing is, I don't think this will be enough. Okay, first things first, I'm going to trim. Oh. By the way, I have started working in FreeCAD. The other day, the FreeCAD I was using that was frustrating. That was not the newest release of FreeCAD. That was an old release. So I tried the newer release, and it's way better. Way better. FreeCAD 1 is like miles ahead of what the pre-1 release. So I've started working in it. I've done a couple tutorials, and I think the first thing I'm going to design by myself in FreeCAD is going to be a rack to hold these things, because essentially I use this form factor for so much stuff that I think I have 15 of these, and if everything goes to plan, I'll probably end up having like another 20 of these, and I'll make like a wall of racking that I can just pull these in and out of. I'm thinking sideways like this because I rarely use the depth of my shelves. So yeah, essentially up above the workbench here, there's probably going to be, I could probably fit like 5 racks widthwise of these things. And so I'm thinking of switching to these kinds of things, going to the dollar store and, you know, buying like 20 of them, because it's getting to the point where everything is becoming so unruly. So yeah, so I think I'm going to start doing that now. Now my question is, does 100 of these fit in one compartment? Because if not, this is going to be a problem. Let's see. And I also have to figure out kind of what kind of stuff I want here. Let me grab my other 5mm LEDs and then we'll figure it out. I've got to figure out my alignment. Because these things are $275 right now a pop. And I think with tariffs and all this stuff, even though it's made in China, they might go up, because that's just companies for you. They take advantage. Come on, get out of there. The only problem is you get these things. So they give you a little handle here, right here, to get stuff out. But I'm not going to be using it. I'm going to be using it the other way. I'm going to be using it this way in my racking. And I think with the, no, not I think, I know with the Neptune 4 Max that I have, I can print this in one go, which is nice. Okay, so does 100 of these fit in one compartment? Oh, barely. Nice. So can start with all the diffused, and then work my way to the clears. And also be able to visually see if I'm getting low. So essentially it's diffused, then milky, then transparent, and then the special one. So I might end up with like 3 or 4 of these boxes just with LEDs in the future, which is fine. I'm good with that. Let me mute my mic to take a sip of coffee, because it might be hot. Delicious. Okay, let's grab some more LEDs and start filling this up. So here's blue, but they are transparent. These are color change LEDs. Piranha LEDs. These are all my through hole LEDs. They just need to be all in the same spot. Here's body color green. The only thing is that if this box ever gets knocked over, it's going to be an entire stream. Here's these little straw hat style white. These are RGB, white milky. These are dual color, red green. Oh, here's the body color blue. So I'm gonna have to, how's it going, Brent? I'm gonna have to make a legend as well for the transparent ones. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I think I'm gonna treat myself to a label maker. So far, these are easy to see. I'm missing at least a red one. Oh, these two. These are RGBs, but they're 10 millimeter or 8 millimeter. They're bigger anyways. My LED pile is just way too big. So this feels good. So yeah, I'm missing some because I don't see the body color red. Oh, there they are. Oh, I'm running low on body color red. See, this is helpful. This is very helpful because now I see that I'm missing some. See, look at how few red I have compared to the other ones. I don't think I have a whole box worth of like body colored ones, right? That so far. So maybe I'll start from the other end. But I can make a whole box of like red ones too. Like sorry, white ones. I feel like I bought some 10 mil LEDs. Like I feel like I bought a lot of 10 millimeter LEDs. Oh God. Trying to see if I can cross this bridge of death here. Okay, leaning on something that's not stable. Oh boy. Okay, is this it? Nope. That ain't it. Here? Oh yeah, here. You have to figure out how these figure into it too. These are 10 millimeter LEDs. Okay, let's see. Okay, so okay, hang on. Let me put a poll here. Let me make a poll. Start a poll. Should I make a box for just body colored LEDs? Which won't fully fill it up. Yes, no. All right, vote in the poll, folks. Have your vote. So the only problem with that is these are white. So these would have to go in a different box. So let's fill it and see what happens. We can always move things after. So I'm thinking, yeah, whatever. I'll put them on the other side here. It's yellow. So, red. So orange will never be. So I can just put, well, you know what? Who knows? Maybe I will buy orange 10 mils. That's the thing though. So you never know what the future brings. red. There's blue. And there's green. These things are so huge. They make a weird noise when they clang. Don't know how much of that you heard. Your brain is dead. That's fine. That's my brain most days. Completely get you. Okay, so if these are white, then they're gonna go into a white box. Because I probably do have enough white LEDs to be their own box. Okay, so like this would be the body color ones. If you think about it, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's what, 18? 18 slots, and at the moment, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 are free. So I think that's actually a good call for all the body color ones to be together. Look at this. My cheapness usually would make me make these all individual. Like fill this thing up and then go into the next one. So here, look, we have green and red, like that. That looks good, actually. And I'm sure I have some more diffused LEDs like that. Okay, so I'm okay with that. We're good. We can move on. The big problem is going to be sorting all the colored. Oh, look, but where do these RGB ones go? That's not a white. So let's see what we have for white. So we've got, let's put these to the side. So for white, we have, these are white. I bought 1,000, like at the start of my channel. Look how many are left. Still most of them. Okay, so white. The piranhas are white. Oh, these are white. Don't know if these count as white. I have the piranhas somewhere here. Or did they fall? Somebody watch back the tape. I swear I took out the piranhas. Well, I mean, they'll turn up eventually. White. Oh, there. They were there. Idiot. All right, so I got 4 whites, but this one is going to need like a whole row. A whole... Oh, did I misspell box? Whatever. You never know what you're going to get. Let's see. Great. 3 votes, 33% in all. Thanks. You guys are really non-specific. So I don't know if I'll have enough enough just whites, but we'll see. We'll see. But it's looking like a storage box with the non-body colored ones is definitely going to be a thing. It upsets me that these used to be cheaper, but it is what it is. What do you want me to do about it? The only thing I can do is buy a ton. Let's see. Oh, it went down in price. If I rip this sticker off, it says $2.75. I think it says $3 underneath. $3.25. So they actually went down. Okay, I'm gonna buy like 10. So here is an issue though. I'm going to have to test all of these LEDs to confirm what color they are. I guess it's not really an issue, but it's an issue of sorts. And I'm sorry, I'm doing this kind of off camera for you guys. And also, I'm not above putting a touch of crazy glue into onto these dividers to keep them playing nice. I think if this will be the white box, I'm gonna see if I can fill a whole row with my 1,000 white LEDs. John made a poll on Superhouse and he thinks he will go against popular vote for his design. Interesting. Can I make a confession? I've never really gotten into Superhouse. A lot of people tell me it's really good, but I will say, oh, I need 2 rows for sure. I will say I wouldn't know. And the reason I wouldn't know is because I've literally never watched a single video of Superhouse. So it's like I'm gonna have to at some point because everyone says it's awesome. And I'm inclined to believe them. But yeah, I'm not making any value judgment. I simply have never, ever watched one of his videos. Saturday night's a hard one for some folks. But he makes videos too, though, right? You're just talking about a live stream. I'm in his Discord for some reason. It's probably another maker that got me to his Discord. All right, so these weird little flat top ones. Just to show you what these are, I think I'm gonna put them here. See these kind of diffused a little bit. Flat top 3mm LEDs. And the piranhas. So the piranhas are these sort of like 5mm by 5mm with a domed lens. See that? I have to say this feels good. Sort of organizing my LEDs. This is insane though. As you can see, like 100 of these kind of fills the compartment, and we've got almost 6 compartments filled. I believe we have about 600 of these things from the original 1,000 that I bought. Oh, these are blue, transparent. Okay, so I have an idea too, because I have some, let's grab these LEDs. I have some, like, of these things. These are all white. I can put them in there too, because I think I'm running low on white LEDs to put in the box. So I might as well put a little bit of the more specialized ones. UV. So like these are white. These are little guys. Put that in there. Fun fact, these were my channel's original lighting. Hey Franco. So you see I have 2 of these. They were connected to 2 buck converters. I think I had 3 strings of these, and they were on a sort of like a long heat sink. See, they have a heat sink compound on the back. So that's how I lit the channel originally. Oh look, I have green diffused LEDs. Photodiodes, they're different, okay. Have some LEDs in the bottom there that I'll have to test. Okay, so I think that's it for the special LEDs. So let's take these sorters out. We could probably fit all of these into here. Fun fact, these are the LEDs I turn to when I want to produce a lot of light easily, because they have their own heat sinks. They already have, oh yeah, that's a lot of LEDs. Here, look, here's the LEDs for the diffused colors, and we have the non-diffused colors to go still. So this might take up 2 rows, in fact, because of the wires. You know what? I think I want them in these 2 rows because I don't want the wires to pinch on the lid. If I get frustrated, these are just going right back in the Ziploc and right back in the LED bin. Look at all of these. Like it's just this solid mass of LEDs. Come on, get out. There we go. Ugh, get out. Yeah, I'm guessing my motivation is getting stronger now for doing a FreeCAD design. And I'm going to talk about, I'm probably going to make a video about FreeCAD for makers. And that video will probably gauge interest on if I do FreeCAD tutorials or not. The thing is, my work schedule is a little bit more sane in the next coming weeks. So I will have a little bit of extra time. Although whenever I say that, I typically end up with less time. Oh, these are not the same. There's a cold white. I don't know if there's too much light to see that, but warm white, cold white. So these are going to be separate. Got to keep them separated. There we go. There. So we've got the white LEDs kind of figured out. These are all cold white 5mm LEDs. So I only have 3 of these special ones. Actually, I think I have one more special one. Yeah, color change, maybe one more actually. So I should have some candle flickering ones. I may not be able to find them. So I only have 4 special LEDs. So I don't know if it warrants a whole box just for that, but we're going to do the other ones first. Now the question is, this is more full than I thought actually because of these. We'll see. We'll see how it goes in the future. Oh, I need to cut off this thing here. But definitely today I'm going to go buy like 10. Ouch. Hit me in the belly. I'll go buy like 10 more of these boxes and do more of this stuff. Brain is crying for more tea. Yeah. I have coffee here, so need more of that. All right, so then we got to set up to test our LEDs. You know what? I'm going to use my fancy power supply instead of these read-in ones. Did I plug it back in? Yes, I did. Look at me go. All right, so black and red. And we're going to do channel 1 current 0.015. Enter. So 15 milliamps is what we're going to light these LEDs to. So yeah, we're going to have to keep track of what colors are which. Didn't I just grab? Oh, here. Got another box. I really hate this adhesive, but the other ones have come off really easily. This one is fighting a little bit. As long as it comes off in one go. Oh, you guys can't see because this is in focus. Come on, don't leave any residue. It left a little bit. A little bit's better than a lot. Okay. I wish I had an assistant here to keep track of what goes where, but I guess I can do that myself. Where is my notebook? Okay, we need a grid. Where's my fancy pen? There it is. The LTT scribe driver. LTTstore.com. All right, so we need 6. We'll do it this way. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could use double the space there. Somehow I feel like I have 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 6. Okay, and then it's by 3. Let's go 1, 2, and then we're going to go like this. That's the handle. And then we're going to go latch, latch. So yeah, all right. So we're going to figure out what goes where in just a moment. Okay. Don't fall. So, vinyl labels easier than paper ones. I agree. So I generally don't know what these are, but I do know what these are. These are blue. So let's see if I'm going to burn them with my current settings. So positivo. Oh, shit. Positive and negative. You know what? It'd be helpful if I turned on the output. McFly? Beulah? So it is set to 15 milliamps, but I believe I just burnt it out because the inrush current was too much. Okay, let's set the voltage. I guess. Oh, no, not 303, 3.3. Well, it became infrared for a brief moment. They're blue. Okay. There we go. So yeah, nice royal blue. I don't know if you can really see that. Probably best if you shine it onto something. Okay, so blue it is. Literally, like almost 10 years ago now. This is when I ordered this. This says 2013. So did I order this back in 2013? Possibly. But anyway, it's still in the bag. It shipped from eBay back then in. Oh, and I have one with a resistor on the leg. Let's see what current we get from this one. Oh no, this is a white LED. What is it doing in there? It snuck in there. So we're getting 1 milliamp. So white LED snuck in there. Okay, so blue, electric blue. That's the color of my room. Okay, next one. So do we keep going with the ones we know or the ones we don't know? So here's pink. So these two are pink. So we can put them here and here. Let's test. So this one's diffused pink. This is a crowd pleaser for sure. Oh yeah, look at that. It's a beautiful pink projected onto my hand here so you guys can see. Maybe even project it onto a white surface so you guys can see. A nice pink. You know what? Maybe I'll dim the lights for this. Ugh. 1 and 2. There we go. So does that work? There we go. Nice diffused pink. Okay. Like that. And that'll go. Oh shit, am I streaming at 4K? It just occurred to me that I recorded something in 4K. I might be streaming in 4K. Whoopsies! Am I streaming in 4K? Here, let me screen com/@se streams. Gonna make sure mute tab. Okay, 1080-60. Phew. All right. Back to work. Back to work. Get my OBS back up. 720 at 60. Only got 360. Well, are you set to 360 or is that all you can get? Red. Pink. Okay, so here's another pink. By the way, if you see that I'm lacking some LEDs, that I should have, hit me up. I'm up for ordering stuff. Here's another pink. So this is a non-diffused pink. Oh, it has phosphor inside. You know how like if you look at this, so I don't know if you can see, but you see it's completely transparent in there. The pink has a phosphor coating. You can see it's kind of pink in there. Interesting. So they're going to be easy to find. Pink. So eventually I'm going to check the forward voltages of all these things and make a chart. And the chart will probably be stuck somewhere inside here, inside the lid. But that's not a job for today. Okay, so this says red. So I might be scaling down the resolution because I set the canvas to 4K, but it's probably going, oh, that burned it out right away. So, okay. So the Unity power supply doesn't current limit on time. Or maybe here, we'll do the exact same thing, but we'll current limit to 5 milliamps. 0.005, enter. So if this burns still, that means the Unity doesn't react fast enough to save the LED's life. Here it goes. Okay, that works. So there's a nice red, and here is what it looks like projected onto a box. Not very bright, but then again, we are limited to 5 milliamps instead of 15. So that's red. The only problem is if one hops over to the other tray, you're not going to notice. Well, that's interesting. Look at the difference. Just look in here. Do you see, like, this is like crystal clear? This is like tarnished. It's like a yellowy. What a difference that 10 to 12 years makes. That's interesting. Okay, what's this one? So this one we don't know the color. Oh, we should probably write red. Up here, red. Okay. So as a consequence of being a YouTube creator, I purchase very expensive internet. So I watch in highest resolution that I possibly can. This is a nice bright green. Very nice. These are nice, thick baggies too. They spared no expense. I think it might have been $2 to $3 per 100 LEDs. So it's not cheap, but I mean, look at how great this collection is going to be. Green. Green. The yellow green, not so much. Yeah. Yeah, some colors are better than others. All right, next one. Oh, so this is an orange. Not very bright, needs a little bit more current, I think. More like towards reddish, but definitely I could see the orange in there. Chartreuse is like a yellowy green, isn't it? It's a fishing color. Orange. Orange, you glad I didn't say banana? That's essentially it there. So I spent essentially like $6 on peer pressure. So I got the two pink LEDs there. By the way. Oh, I think this is supposed to be yellow, but I think it has a orange penchant. It's not bright yellow, it's like orangey yellow. Okay. When I was growing up fishing, my favorite lure and color of lure was a chartreuse double tail grub. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, here. So it was this kind of thing. Happened to have my fishing stuff out because I went fishing yesterday. So this kind of thing. Okay, double twisty tail, but in this color, which is like a greeny, but silver flakes instead of these red flakes. So the thing is, when I was a kid, right, I didn't like there was no YouTube, right? If you've never heard the word said, you would not like you wouldn't. You wouldn't know how to say it. So, because I was French speaking, well, I was always bilingual, but that means I was also speaking French. I thought it was chartreuse, because the way it's spelled, it makes a noise in French. So, yeah, I never knew how that was. So this is like yellow orangey. There we go. So yeah, I didn't pronounce it properly, but not for lack of trying, just it was the French influence in me. Pantone 448C. I wish they did come. I think they come. I think they do have a wavelength most of the times when you order them. The LEDs. I mean, not the fishing lures. My French influence comes out sometimes. Well, more so now, because my boss is very French Canadian, and the big ass company we do work for, a lot of their employees speak French. I'm guessing just because the They hire a lot on the Quebec side. So I've been using my French a lot more in the last 2 years or so. Even like I could stretch it out to the last like 5 years or so. So essentially, yes, my French does come out more and more. When I was a kid, I did not listen to ZZ Top. My mom was like a Shania Twain fan lady, and my dad listened to Elvis. So none of that for me. Okay, so now we've got these weirdos. So the thing is, I think the weirdos can just go in that color bin. Because genuinely, how many colors do you think I'm missing? I don't think I'm missing that many colors. I mean, I could double because I can do diffused versions of all of them. Oops, knocked you with my shoulder. Because like, wait, is Z the American way or the Canadian way? I always say ZZ Top. Is it supposed to be ZZ? I don't remember how you're supposed to, what's the American way to say the Z letter. Call them that. ZZ Top. Oh wow, really? Okay, so I think these weirdos should go in that. I only have 4. They should go in that bin. Z is American, Z is the rest of the world. Okay, yeah, makes sense. But the thing is, ZZ Top is American, so even if I say Z normally, I would say Z for ZZ Top. So for now, the weird ones are going in here. If we have to do a change, we'll change it. Nothing is set in stone. Okay, so we'll do 10mm RGB. So upper right, 10mm RGB diffused. Then we've got 5mm RGB diffused. Oh, these take up a lot more space because of their legs. I don't know if they'll fit in just one compartment. No, I'll let it spill over. It's okay. Uh, 5mm RGB diffused. Okay, now these are the color change ones. I don't know if they're the fast or the slow, but I swear I had the candle flicker ones and I don't know, they haven't showed up. So I don't know, are they lost? I swear I bought the candle ones. Okay, so here we go. Okay, this is a slow color change. See, now it's green, blue, and back to red. Nope, green. Yeah, okay, so these are slow color change. scribe driver, slow, color change, good. These are red green. Ha. The women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. I believe they are common anode. No, they are common cathode. Yeah, so there's red and green. Wow, these are shit green. 5 milliamps gives them nothing. Here's 10. These are the shittiest green. That's 10 milliamps. There's 15. You can barely see anything still. $20 milliamps. 25. 40 milliamps. Yeah, these are the shittest green. These are horrible. And drop it back down to 5 before I blow something up. Yeah, so indicator only. Definitely mismatched with the. So don't forget, these are like early eBay purchases, so they were probably factory rejects. You know what? I'm gonna have to do 2 rows of this too. I kind of find these a waste of space though. I kind of don't like them. Like I like the idea, but I don't think I'll use them in very many projects, but whatever. It is what it is. Red, green, non-diffused. Green shit. All right, so that leaves us with like 5 resistor or 5 LED holes. I'm just gonna search my mess here and just make sure I don't have any more I can add in, because I feel like I do. I honestly feel like I'm missing some. So these can now go, these are the NeoPixels, they can go in the LED bin. Let's see. Nope. You know, that might be it. No. It would be like a big Ziploc. So it should be easy to find. Oh, okay. I think we might be good. Okay, so next is to get these guys out. So here's my technique for putting them into my little containers here. So here's the container. So this is 805. Oh, 220. So it needs to go into here. So my technique is to put them all out onto a piece of paper and then put it right in there. So let me find a piece of paper that doesn't have my personal info on it. Fisheries and Management Zone 12. That is the Ottawa River. That'll work. This is one of the fishing things. So all of this, the Ottawa River. All right, so this is what? 220. Oh no, we forgot the green diffused. Okay, we'll do that after. I'm on a mission. Okay, so gotta make sure it's actually, and I can't see now. Hold on. Flip this on. Flip this on. Okay. This, grab my magnifier. 221, that's 220 with 10. You guys can just barely see that. 221. So that is 220 ohms. 2210. 220. So let's grab a knife. That's not a knife. That's a knife. So these will go flying all over the place, but the goal is to sort of catch them into this. Okay, here we go. Oh. I've done this with reels of 100. This will be my first time with a reel of 500. So you essentially do wish I had, hang on a sec. Grab my 1, 2, 3 blocks here. I could pop this into there. And this can go into there. There we go. And then I can see through the cardboard if there's some that haven't fallen. Zoom you in a little bit. Like so. You see through there? If I move to the side, you can see the black ones are the ones that haven't fallen yet. And if I lose a little bit of them, not the end of the world. And then when it gets too long, you can just snip them off. That and keep going. So usually I do this while listening to a podcast or something, but hanging out with you guys, just as entertaining. The only thing is now, if you sneeze or have some sort of unintended action, you can easily send this whole thing flying. And this wasn't very expensive. It was like $3. But it becomes expensive if you have to reorder it a couple times. Should be on. Arturo has a device to get SMD components out of their package. Oh, interesting. I will look into it after. If you have a link, if you could email me the link or something, that'd be great. I like Arturo. I really wish he would come onto the podcast. But I don't know if he'll like me. He hates AI. And my mentality is the cat's out of the box, out of the bag. So what we need to do is regulate AI. But failing that, people are using AI to get ahead, and you'll be left in the dust if you don't use it. Like, the change needs to come at a global economy level. Like, I can dislike it, but I still kind of have to use it. Like, can you imagine if I had to ask another maker for help every single time I needed help coding, the guy wouldn't get any work done. And the thing is, I am now taking on bigger projects, bigger coding challenges because of AI. So there is some positive to it. Tool like everything else, yeah, finding responsible use, yeah. But that's, and I think I understand his point. There is no responsible use because it was trained off the back of people like him without compensating him. So I understand that point too. Just like there's no such thing as an ethical billionaire, there's no such thing as ethical AI. So I completely understand that look, that ideal. But my thing is that those of us on the bottom of the ladder, like Arturo and I, and you guys, if we refuse to use it out of principle, that's not going to stop all the corporations from using it. And they're getting the fruits of people's labor for free. And so you might as well use it, because like, what are you going to do? Are you going to stop writing code altogether? If you do, then the corporations still win. That's the thing. LibreChat, open source LLM that you train. There we go. Yeah, it does store everything. One of my colleagues is a teacher for a high school, and he says he likes Microsoft Copilot because they don't store anything. And I was like, I messed with it a little bit, and I asked if it stored anything. Like I asked, like, what do you know about me? And it knew way more. And I was like, hey, you're not supposed to store anything as per your terms of use. And it's like, oops, yeah, that was an accident. So that information is not stored. But it's like, no, wait, you just told me about it. So you do store the information. It's like, no, policy says we don't store, so we don't store. And it's like, yeah, I can see what's happening here. It's like AI literally told me something it wasn't supposed to store, and then said, oh yeah, that's an accident. Yeah, I don't actually know that stuff. Couldn't find it. Maybe you got it from Thingiverse. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'll take a look for sure. But this is my DIY approach. It seems to work. I got to confirm this is 470 ohm as well. 471. So that is 47 with 10, 470 ohms. You got a game published for the ZX Spectrum on someone's website. Oh, nice. Do you need a ZX Spectrum to play it, or can you use an emulator? Is there an emulator for the ZX Spectrum? Because there's no way I'm getting original hardware. You steel code the old-fashioned way? Yeah. The other thing is, like, I have to make up for the fact that I do not jive with code. Code does not work with me. I don't understand it. It doesn't understand me. I think we're in agreement. I'm slowly learning, but like, you know, I've been working with Arduino for 10 years now. If it's not coming on 10 years. If it's not coming in, it's not coming in. You know, if it's going in one ear and out the other, nothing much I can do about it. There we go. I may have missed one or two, but out of 500. Emulator works fine. There are plenty of free emulator downloads. Okay, good. If you can send me an email with a link to your game, I will give it a shot. Is it a game I have to pay for? Okay, that's done. Yeah. Been doing a lot more Python. Find the code works better in your mind. So I am very stubborn. My wife can confirm. I really want to learn C because I know Python is the more human readable one. But my problem is that C is better in every other way. C is faster. It's more like bare metal. And so I can't shake the interest of having efficient code. Oh, Focus is hunting. Why is it doing that? I'm really interested in having efficient code. Yeah, I get you, Curtis. Nice. Very nice. Congrats on getting a game published. Vero and I have been talking about a game. She pretty much, I guess not even pretty much, she codes professionally now. So we were talking about her, essentially me being the creative lead for a game that we're thinking of, and her being the coder, make it a reality. We're thinking of using Godot as a game engine because it is free and open source. But the thing is that Vero codes for money. So if she's spending time making a game for us, she's not making money, you know, with that same amount of effort. So, yeah. And the other thing is, so yeah, she doesn't have a lot of time, and I'll essentially have to be the creative one. So I'll have to make assets. So it could be poo as well. There we go. So there's green diffused. It does shoot green, yeah. So I have a lonely 3 diffused green. What's your game called, Franco? So green diffused. There we go. Collect the things, okay? Sounds like up my alley. So we've done a lot of sorting today, but I'm glad I got it done because that needed to be done for sure. And now I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go and buy like 10 more of those boxes because I'll eventually design a box. Is this zoomed out? Okay, hold on. Let me send you guys. Okay, screen. Can I turn on the webcam? Bring, is there like a bring to front? Order. Top. Oh wait, there we go. Okay, because I just want to move you guys up a little bit. So this is the way you're going to be sitting. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit more of a bird's eye view of what's going on here. Just because it's more adjustable, then I can zoom in. Yep, there we go. I think I like that better. Okay, so that's zoomed in. Come on, and that's zoomed out. So that gives you a little bit better field of view. All right, what's next? I'm gonna put these away. Chargers, 2, 3, 4. Did I order 4 or 5? Apparently 4. Oh yeah, the other thing I need to do is see if we can adjust the output on the RP2040. Apparently you can output more current. So I'm going to have to do that too because these are so dim. But I think I'm going to have to swap them to the colors. Wait, why did I put... Hang on, something is wrong here. Because I think I wanted it all diffused. Right? It's because I didn't have yellow. Did I have green? No, I ordered green. Okay, that's what was happening. Okay, so we're going to try to see if we can brighten up the LEDs. But first, let's see about this. So I'm hoping that these are just power and ground. How does this hook up? Okay, that hooks up like this. Can it hook up like this? No. Okay, so there's only one way. It's polarized. Because there's a hole drilled in the board for keying. Okay. Here, let me show you what I mean. So that connector, see the hole? So there's a hole drilled right above my thumb. So that keys the connector. It's good to know. He gave me a lot of wire, which is nice. Okay, let's hook this up. So this is, it says 5 volts. I mean, if you got a wire like this and it was broken out like this, you would assume that's 5 volts in ground, right? All right, so voltage 5 volts. We'll leave 5 milliamps just in case it blows up. So let's see what happens. Welcome back. Okay. It is lit. It is current limited at the moment. So let's go back to current. Raise this up. Okay, now it's drawing 10 milliamps. So I'm gonna give it a current limit of 250. Oh, not 250 volts. No. 0.250. Okay. It's not doing anything. Yeah, I don't know. It's not doing anything. Let me, because maybe it's not calibrated properly because it had too little voltage on. Okay, see, now it's different color. Oh, look at that. So it's purple. Look at that. Look, it changes color. I don't even touch the spring. So that works. That's really cool. Gonna also end the poll here. End poll. Okay, let's attach the other one. I'm gonna turn off the output. So I don't know if he has them set differently. It's a cool little switch. Output on. Okay, this one's green. Different color. And it goes blue. Very nice. So let's see if we can figure out, let's see if we can use AI to figure out what's going on here, because I have no idea what's going on. Screen. So let's use Perplexity. Send you there, continue with Google. There we go, send you back here. Should I make a box? Yeah, I should have written box, but whatever. Let's grab the, I think this is a valid, trying to get this working with my RP2040. It only has a few examples on the website and no other documentation. Can you make sense of it? I want to code in Arduino C in the Arduino IDE. Let's see what happens. Jesus Christ, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so I don't know what the address is. So is it a dot right? Hold on a sec. I just sneezed there. Yeah, this is a bit above my pay grade. Okay, so he doesn't write the default. Okay, let's figure out here what's missing. If I send you back there for a second. Back here. Okay. So first things first, what is the default I2C address of your device? He says it's settable. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's scanners. But like when you're looking at this, it should just write, you should just tell people what address you're sending it on, no? Like, Yep. 16 buttons, that's nice. Micro match connectors, yep. Yeah. Configured via I2C bus. Okay, dual interrupt pins. So adjustable I2C address, right? Button status detection, I2C and the interrupt into one. Stored in internal memory, good. Good. Collector output. Okay, yep. Ground, yep. Okay. VCC power supply. Where's the fuse? It says there's connected by a fuse, but where is the fuse? Okay, so set touch color. So there's a command. So this is above my head. This is the problem. Sensitivity. Change the I2C address. But you need to send this via I2C, no? Enable interrupt pin. Button status. Dimensions, that's it. And like there's no like There's no GitHub. There's nothing. So if I look DNN Tech, GitHub. Yeah, usually hidden. Yeah, correct. So I don't think he has examples. So like obviously this guy is intelligent, like very intelligent. Look, he built this. It's freaking awesome. So I think he needs to understand that we can't all be like him. Okay, could you make a simple library and or some example code to help use it? Hold on, I did get an email from him. Let me read the email of link. Appreciate your feedback, improvements. Could send samples. Then I said, yeah, I do want it, but questions regarding their functionality. Yeah, so I think someone like that, which is incredibly, like it takes some skill, right, to do this stuff. I think you need to realize that you need to make your, no, this is, I can guarantee you AI can't do this yet. AI can't, like, look, he routed the board. He chose this connector. He put a hole in the board for keying. Look at the organization here. There's no way. AI could have helped, for sure, but no. This is human. This is human. AI kind of sucks at this kind of stuff. AI will guide you, but like, the thing is, you'll have to do like 100 inquiries, right? You have to be like, you know, can this be done in this way, or where should I put the resist? You know what I mean? Like, this is not AI. I don't think so. Like, you can use AI to help you find parts, for sure. Let's see what I am using. RP20. What pins do I connect to what? Yeah, so see, it's good for this, but it's not good for like design work. There's no way. The thing is, this is like kind of weird for me to learn right on stream. You explain this part better. I don't really understand what or how you send commands. Why is it in hex? Why not just use an abstracted function? This is very different to typical Arduino code. Just seeing if it can explain. So I2C, yeah, unlike Arduino's, some of these use a low-level protocol, means you must manually send specific sequences of bytes. Yeah, okay. Why are the commands in hex? Simply a compact way to write numbers. Each byte sent on I2C can be any number from 0 to 255. Hex is used for clarity. Hex form 193, it's just a command byte. Not special except for being the value the sensor expects, okay? He's got it working on a video. You mean like on his Tindy? Wait, I thought there was a video here. Yeah, here, yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I'm not talking crap on him, for sure. The problem with projects like this is they take a shit ton of effort, and then it takes like double the amount of effort if you want people to be able to use them. You know what I mean? Hex, because microcontroller send raw bytes. These are not function calls. Start transmission to the sensor's address, send the command byte. If required, send additional data bytes and the transmission. See, this is what I need. This is what I love AI for. It explains, well, I can ask it to explain what it means, because like my brain and code do not go along. Like they're not friends at all. Okay, so wire.begin transmission, and then there's this, hang on, I have to go look at what it is. So wire begin touch sensor ADDR, where is that? Up here. Define touch sensor, okay, that's just the address. So that's the address. Okay, so I understand here. So begin transmission to this address. See, this is what I need to do. I need to go like line by line to understand. Wire right. This is the command. And then the rest of the bits are sent, okay. RGB, that should be touch color, RGB. Okay, this, hang on, set touch color is a function which is, I don't know what this is, uint8, I think this is an 8-bit integer. Okay, RGB and intensity. RGB and intensity 80, okay. Okay, so when you're sending 2550080, you're essentially saying that this is 255.0.0.80. Gotcha. Where was I? Okay, 255.0.0.80, and then it ends the transmission. So it sends, okay, so it sends, goes to the I2C address, then sends the byte for the command, and then the four other bytes it sends is the RGB and the intensity, and then it ends, and then the microcontroller on the other side will deal with that. Okay, that's good. Good to know. For read commands, you send the command and read back a value. Okay, so again, we know this. This is the address. Okay, and then we send the command bit. Is it byte? No, it's byte. A bit is a 1 or a 0, so this is a byte. Hey Adam, how's it going? It's been a while. It has been, yeah. Okay, and then you end transmission, so you tell it it's done. Request from the I2C address 1. My God, this is so complicated. I guess I am sounding better. It's still iffy. I haven't gone to the doctor yet. Oopsies. But yes, it's more manageable for sure. Okay, and then read. So essentially, okay. So it's just we're talking directly to another microcontroller. That's what's happening. And okay, the hex, I didn't realize, can represent 0 to 255. 0 to 255 in hex. That's not what I asked. So I guess I don't understand. Why is this? Is it always 0x? These combinations? Is that what it is? 1A, 2A, 3A. 0, 0 to FF is 0, 255. 0x is ignored. Any reason for that? Why is hex always written 0x XX if the 0x is always ignored? Just wrote 10, yeah, hexadecimal, which is decimal. Okay, hold on. If you just wrote 10, okay, it's just to show. Okay, I understand now. 0x signifier, okay. So it's like a prefix. Oh yeah, here, prefix. Standard way to denote hex literals. See, this I'm learning. I am learning. I have never claimed to be an expert. Compiler uses as during parsing. I don't know what this means. Wait, 1, 2, 3 decimal? I don't understand. If you see, you instantly recognize it's hex. Yeah, so what's this? And why why did ChatGPT use dead beef as What's the hex code? Okay, for your example in number 4, why did you use dead beef? Do you have something against cows? Are you serious? Oh, okay, it is a magic number. I really didn't know. Readable words written in hex, and dead beef is one of the most famous ones. I didn't know that. Cafe babe in Java, okay. Face feed. Bad food. I didn't realize that. Feed face. Yeah, sure. I didn't know this. 0x feed face. Beef, coffee. That's a good one. Face, bad. But wait, hold on. Isn't hex always 2 digits? Right? Isn't it always 2 digits? How can you do 0x bad? Each hex digit exactly for a cabbage. Yeah. Doesn't stand out, but dead beef does. Yep. So if hex is always 0x xx, always in pairs, why does 0x bad work? Isn't there a character missing? Raw data, x in pairs, x self just base is perfectly fat. 11 times 16 to the 2. I don't get it. 4 bits, 1 hex digit. Just base 16. But, so you mean you can drop the 0 at the end here? Is that what you mean? You could drop the 0 and just have these 4? Does that make sense? Hacker Studio. Okay, hold on. Doing this live on stream. Hacker Studio. Hackster.io. Hackster.io / AJB2K3. AJB2K3. You know what? I'm gonna make sure it doesn't demonetize me. Oh, that's just your AJB2K3. AJB2K3. Okay. You can drop the 0 at the start. Okay. So you're saying this one can be dropped, and so these get dropped. Look for interface part 2. Jesus Christ. This one. Ugh. See, this is too much for me. Four bits is also a nibble. 2 nibbles, that's 1 byte. Nope, the one with the pretty picture. Part 2. Oh, this one. This guy? Bits and bytes. TLDR. Those examples /x would be the same as 0x. I really appreciate you guys trying, but my brain don't work like that. That small bit of code. This one. Import serial. Baud rate. I don't know what the B:P does. 0 number. Do you bite when I knock? Serial read. I don't understand. I don't get what you're trying to get me to get. For reading hex from serial in Python. I think this is more advanced than I understand at the moment. Like, very much. I'd have to sit, this would take me an hour to read. But I think I understand. If I drop the 0, so you can go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, and then that's as high as we can go here. So base 16, we should only be able to get 16. Yeah, 0 plus 15. X means it's irrelevant. Okay. I'll take your word for it. You guys have no idea. 0.15 is same as 15. Okay, I understand now. That's good. So, what are all the known magic numbers in hex? Okay, so dead beef, bad food. Feel dead, with the L is the 1 instead. Feed face. Feed. Feed Fakif, it's close. Cafe babe. 8 bad food. iOS crash report code, interesting. Dead code. And coffee. Okay. Oh wait, this is just classic. Okay. System kernel. A bad babe. Okay. Dead lock. Defecated. I have to remember that one. That's a good one. So what's this in to decimal? Defecate is my favorite one so far. Can you just tell me what it is? Okay. It's 3,741,248,533. How's it going? I test things. Okay. Big boobs. Wow. It's it's obvious that coders were mostly men. Zero bad code. Yep, that's all me. All bad code. Cafe dude. Okay, yeah, good. Cousin of Cafe babe. BIOS food. One bad. Is that boot? I think that, yeah, trying to be a T. Seed face. Leak code. Oh, that's a good one. I like leak code. CD, CD, CD. Heap memory, sure. All Ds, LFDs, C, A to 5, yeah. Okay, interesting. You had a migraine. Oh, that sucks. Oh shit, you guys weren't even looking. So yeah, these are all the magic numbers. Someone needs to tell me when you guys aren't on screen. I need a producer. That's what I need. So I need to make like over 100,000 a year so I could pay someone to be my full-time producer. How about that? To be honest, probably Vero and I need to make a combined $100,000 a year or more. Actually, more. Have to be more. And then we can get one full-time producer for both of us. That would be good. Okay, so I guess we went through that. So the thing is, replacing your workshop. So no videos at the moment. Replacing your workshop. What does that even mean? So these are good. So I guess we're going to try to get this working with the RP2040 0. Talking of, demolishing and rebuilding. Wow, it's a big project. Well, enjoy. Have fun. So this does work. Right, green to blue. Here, I can zoom you in too. So that's very nice. I do like these connectors, but I don't know. I guess pin headers are more. I think you need another screen to see what is. I have two screens at the moment. It's just that I need to look over to it. Okay, and then here's the purpley, and then my God, they did such a good job on this. There's a little sheep here. I don't know what it says. It's so tiny. Oh, D&W Tech, which makes sense. So I really like it. I just wish there was a little bit more. I wish there was a bit more support. Because people like me. Well, look, I'll just speak for me. Not the brightest. Just saying. And I would want to make a video demonstrating its functionality. So maybe we'll see if we can get this to work after I get more coffee. Because I need to take a leak and get more coffee. So if you need to re-up on your coffee or tea, now's the time. All right. I will... Where's my cursor? There's my cursor. I'll be right back. I am back. Vero is either recording a reaction or she is in a business meeting because I hear her chit-chatting up there. Okay, so a couple things first. We need to pick a micro. I'm thinking the RP2040 0 because I like the RP2040, 1, and 2, I don't like the fact that the what am I trying to say here? I don't like the fact that the Pi Pico that has the 2040 on it, it isn't USB-C. It's USB micro, which is weird. Okay, so clearly, come on, why don't you? There we go. So clearly, that, and the other issue is that we're going to have to map out these pins to these wires and attach them to breadboard. So there's actually quite a bit of work to do before we can make a video on this, because these kinds of things are not done ahead of time. So these are all things I have to do before we can think about making a video on them. All right, so let's start with the micro actually. So we need a breadboard. Should have a breadboard around here somewheres. I don't want to pull out another breadboard because there's some here, I'm sure. There we go, breadboard. I need a micro. Where are you, my microcontrollers? Motherfucker. Something just collapsed. Do I need to buy more RP2040 zeros? Do I only have 3 left? I am using them, so that's good. You should go back to sleep. I test things, although you are probably like 15% of my demographics here on the live stream channel. 15% of the female demographic. So there'll be no representation while you're gone. That's not what I took out this. Ugh. Knife. There we go. Okay, let's cut this open. I'm gonna solder some pins onto it. Let's turn on the soldering. Oh, before we turn on the iron, gotta change the tip. By the way, since live streaming, I've realized just how much work goes into making a video. Like, I always knew it was a lot of work, but when you tabulate the hours, it's a shit ton of work. So I've had a bunch of companies reach out wanting to send me stuff, and it's not stuff I'm super into. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it. Regular stuff. And because it's not stuff that I'm like, oh, I was going to buy this anyway, I've been just refusing. Essentially, when they say they've got like a product they want me to look at and make a video in exchange for the product, I give them a quote of how much it would cost for me to make the video, and most of the times they stop communicating. So the thing is, my quote is fairly high, but I would accept less, but it depends on them. Like if they come back and they say, well, no, that's too much, but would you do it for this? Then I will hear them out. But the issue is, when they don't reply at all, they're not interested in paying at all. And I'm like, look, man, like, if it takes me 6 hours, like, you know, like this here, we're going to be working on this for the next 2 hours. And I guarantee you it won't be ready to film for a video in 2 hours. So essentially my new operating procedure is that if it's not something that I already wanted or that I think is really cool or whatever, and they're not willing to pay anything, I'm probably not accepting it. So this touch sensor, this is not from a big company. This is just from a guy. This is some person who made a cool thing and I want to show it off. So he's not paying me anything. He just sent me his touch sensors and I'm essentially making a free video for him. And it's mutually beneficial because I think it's cool. So I get to make a video on it and he might sell some units. None are interested to pay. Some are. I've done paid work for Keysight, for example, before. I do paid work for PCBWay. A couple other PCB companies have reached out also, but they are offering trash. Like, not even an AliExpress order worth of components worth. It's like, if I'm going to make projects for you, I got to be able to, like, if I'm making projects specifically for your company, you're going to have to compensate me more than what just the components cost. Like, that doesn't make sense. So, yeah. And also, what I'm doing is I have contacted some of my friends that make YouTube videos, and I told them my strategy, and I'm hoping that they employ the same strategy to try to raise the expectations of companies, because at the moment companies think they can, like, literally they email me, they want me to do like a fanny pack. They want me to do a review video on like a fanny pack. And they want to pay me what the fanny pack is worth. They just want to send me the fanny pack for free. And the fanny pack is like $11. So I'm hoping that a bunch of creators, we start, you know, at least the negotiating process with a strong offer in our favor. And that'll set the expectations for these companies. ETA for being done. I'm thinking an hour and 20 minutes. An hour and 20 minutes, love? Like around noon? Is that okay? We are not finishing this today, so essentially tomorrow, if I'm not working, I'm probably going to do this live stream again. I'm going to see. Here's my thought. I'm going to have to go up to the cottage at some time this week, possibly twice this week. But for the days that I'm not, and the days that I'm not working, I want to stream on all of the days. So that is my thought. Okay, so that's fine, yes. If they don't tell you they pay, they don't pay. Yeah, true. I mean, it is what it is. Wallets and shoes, yeah. I've had baby clothing offered to me. At the moment. All right, sounds good. Do you want me to have chicken? Do you want me to put chicken in when I'm done? Because I will. I have a back and forth right now with an EV charger company. And at the moment, it's a back and forth. So they are listening to me, which is good. However, my goal is to get enough money from them and a charger so that I can rent an EV and go for a road trip. Like, for example, go to Toronto. So if I can make enough money that it pays for my trip to Toronto and back, and I can show off the EV charger, that is a video I would love to do. So Toronto is about 450-ish kilometers away. So I figure it's going to be like, I don't know, a little bit of money. But so far, they don't seem amenable to that. But I mean, I'm hoping. I'm allowed to hope. Okay, so this is done. So that's good. Now, we need to... well, maybe we should confirm it works. Nah, screw it. YOLO. Now we need to grab this and figure out what pins do what, up to here. So it seems like it's going to be left to right, right to left, or whatever, so it should be pretty simple. We just have to decide an orientation, I guess, like this. Just going to get my book. Actually, I don't need to be super zoomed in for this. Okay, zoom out. I'm going to move my soldering table. Don't need this. Oh, my solder is coming with me. By the way, I'm not kidding that I'm moving everything to RP2040 and up. I love those things. They are so much better for everything, and they're tiny. These zeros are the size of DigiSparks, but the fact that they're a full fat RP2040 with onboard memory is incredible. Number of subscribers, views, yeah, for sure. Actually, a lot of companies still go by subscribers, which is wrong, by the way. Your subscribers basically don't matter anymore. It's more about how many video views on average you get. But again, that's difficult to judge because who knows if you make a video on like a vacuum cleaner, are you going to get the same amount of views you got for a video where you built a DIY go-kart? Nope. So that's why I'm trying to pitch. I'm not trying to pitch a price, I'm trying to pitch a video, like an idea. So ESP32, same thing. So essentially, my idea is to go to Toronto for something electronics related. Like go to, I know there's a test equipment supplier in Toronto. So the goal would be to like rent a Hyundai Ioniq 5, have an all-electric journey to the electronics store and back using their chargers, right? So then it's like a fully integrated ad. It will take me, like Toronto and back is a 2-day affair. You can do it in 1 day, but that's a lot of driving. It's like 9 hours of driving. Actually, it can't be a full day. You can't do it all in 1 day unless you use superchargers twice. Yeah, shopping road trip. And like the thing is that the government of Canada, the CRA, is very clear that would be a business trip. So I could easily claim all my expenses, which is true because I mean I'm going to be making a freaking video, right? It's work. So yeah, that'd be great. You'd love to get in on that. If you are below the criteria, they can let you think. In reality, it's no. Yeah, spend the night there. So that just adds another like $300 for a hotel room. So already, like we're looking at like $1,000, right? Renting an EV, paying for charging, spending a whole day, go there, go to the electronics place, come back. Like it's like $1,000. My estimate would be like $1,000. So, but the thing is, if it gets 200,000 views, that $1,000 is well spent. Can try sleep in the car. Ionic 5 is kind of big. I could do that, but if I'm going to Toronto, I'm bringing the wife with me, so it'd be a two-person trip. But yeah, you could like charge overnight at a public charger or at a hotel or whatever and sleep in the car and just pay for the electricity. That is possible. All right, so we're going to use this view. Sort of like this. Looks a little bit like a mushroom there, like that. And then we're going to go, it's sort of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, like that. I think it's 6 wire. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay, so there'll be, let's see if they number it a different way. I'm just gonna, DNN Tech. Oh, great. They use it the other way. They flip it the other way. Anyways, so int. I'm going to get so confused here. So int 1. No, I got confused again. Okay. So I can't do it like this. I have to do it the other way. What is the price for the device? I don't know. They have a couple chargers. It's like a couple $100. Okay, so like this. Oh wait, this device is 1576 Canadian. I think it's 1140 American. So like this. Just gonna make this bigger so we can make it work. Like this. Okay. So now they have it here, here, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is int 1 SCL. Ground. By the way, this pen writes incredible. SDA. VCC. And then int 2. Int 2. Lose money every video. Yes. The Simple Electronics YouTube channel is a loss leader as well. Okay, so I want to flip this over because really the wire is coming this way. Right, so I kind of want it the other way. So we're going to just do the... So, hold on. So if I do this, stretch this out. My channel is way too small to be profitable. The thing that really helps is the sponsorship, PCB Way. Oh, the charger, I think like $200, something like that. It's a cheap product, but I think cheap is good. It's gonna, you know, I'll be able to. One. You know what? I'll just write it. All right. So int1. We're flipping it around. So int1. Int1. Then SCL. And then ground. So no, we're wrong already. This is wrong already. This is wrong. Int1 should be the furthest over this way. Oh, I wrote it wrong. Idiot. A Patreon and sponsor, only thing that pay. Yeah. I mean, I do make ad revenue every year, but it doesn't cover the cost. That's the thing. It doesn't cover the cost of making videos. But trust me, I pay the Canadian government taxes on the income I make. Okay, so let's try this again. No, what the fuck? Something is wrong here. Let me straighten this out. No twists. Okay, so I should be looking at it like this. So VCC. Okay, yeah, this is correct. I was writing it backwards. Okay, so they're correct. Yeah, I know. I know I need to focus. So actually, this way, the way they're showing it, is the logical way to do it. I'm just an idiot. Okay. Good thing Vro's not here to listen. Okay, so int2, then VCC, then SDA, then ground, then SCL, then int1. Focusing, what is that? Yeah, I know. Okay. So now we just need to pick colors for this, and because it's too confusing, I'm just going, what I'm planning on doing is cutting this, okay, and then soldering wires with DuPont pins to this. I can't focus. Even single or multi, doesn't matter. I can't focus at all. Okay, so I'm going to mark this for the top. Okay, I'm going to use purple, so it's not like a super color. It's not like a color that will match anything. There we go. So purple, that's the top. So that's my order here. Okay, and I'm going to chop the ends off here. And now I'm going to separate all of these. Okay, and then I'll just solder them. I don't need to use a multimeter, and the reason for that is that if you look at the way the connector is set up, first of all, I like to live dangerously, so there's always that. This person was extremely smart to send me two, because if I screw one up, I've got another one. But if you look at the way the connector is laid out, because it's on a flat flex, it's just left to right. So int 2, VCC, SDA, ground, SCL, into 1. So it's all in line, left to right. And actually, if you open this connector, you'll see that there's only terminals on every second. You see that? There's only metal, like upper left, and then it goes down diagonal to the right, then up to the right, down to the right, up to the right, down to the right. So there's only metal in certain one of those terminals. And then here you can see it very clearly. And so, yeah, this is one of those connectors that just squeeze onto the flat flex, or the ribbon cable, I should say. And see, I've marked the top, so that's smart. I can tell which one's the top. Colored pin is generally plus. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So now just strip a couple of these. Had fancy strippers here somewhere. Oh yeah, I should have done laundry, so I should have done washing machine stuff too. Oh, that's so tiny. That is so incredibly tiny. Very few wires here. Two. My poor strippers that are so worn out from working on cars all these years. There we go. So there's my wires. Thing like the blue pliers, these things. I have a fancy stripper, but again, I need to clean, so I don't know where it is. I have one that you put it up the schnoz to strip, but I don't know where they've gone. Whatever. This is what you get. This is what you get. You don't get perfection here. You get stuff. Okay, so now we need to choose our wire colors intelligently. So should have some male to male. That's male to female. Female to female. Okay. Note to self. Probably need to order more male to male. Okay, here's some male to male. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. The only thing is, I only want 4 of these. because I want red and black for my VCC and ground. So red and black. Because I am prone to screwing up. A lot of stuff's going on in my head. So red and black. There we go. Have a good one, Curtis. Thanks for being here. Appreciate cooperation. I worked with a Polish guy, and he would always say that, "Oh, appreciate cooperation." Cool guy. Okay, so now we need to pick colors. So VCC, definitely red. And ground is black. My SCL SDA, I tend to use orange and yellow, but I don't know which one is which usually. So we'll go serial clock is orange and yellow, and then green will be into green, and into one will be blue. So that's settled. I'm just going to snip these all in half. Approximately half. It's black, orange, yellow, blue pliers that exploded one time. Like the jaw broke in half. I buy them. Actually, I'm due to buy some more. I buy like 5 at a time. They're a wear item around here. Okay, so now I only need one of each. So green, red, blue, orange, yellow, black. So this will be for another project. So I'm going to put these down here. And I will strip these. These are not going to be fun to solder, by the way, because they are steel wire. Copper-coated steel wire. Pretty sure they're steel wire. No. Oh. The DuPont end is steel. Huh. Mine are not steel. Interesting. All the new ones you order are steel. These must be an old batch. Steel is much cheaper than copper. Copper is hella expensive these days. Oh, ruined that one. Green. Orange. You glad I didn't say banana? No, steel. These are probably aluminum, yes. But yeah, the new ones. Someone made a video on that. I think it was Dave Jones, EEV blog. So they're all steel. The thing is, I abuse these things so much that I'm kind of fine that they're steel. I don't really care. Okay, I gotta do this in order now. Let me get this soldering station set up for you guys. This I'll need my reference still. Okay. Oh my God. solder. You use the ones that deform, don't explode. So, what country are you in? I test things, if you don't mind saying. Obviously, if you want to remain anonymous, you go right ahead. Okay, that's focus. Okay, so top. So green is first. EU somewhere. Typically, for taxation's sake, you can tax deduct your tools. I know that's how it works here in Canada. So you could just get a good, high quality set of pliers and essentially tax deduct them, and you'll keep them forever, essentially. That's really up to you. I'm starting here to buy quality tools. Oh, actually, I should show you guys. I did buy a quality tool. Is it here? Yeah, it's here. You guys remember my shitty fake Makita? Oh, now I got the big boy. I bought a, here you can get the model number. BHP 486. This is a monster drill, and I bought a legit Makita 18 volt battery to go with it. So yeah, this is the monster, and I plan on making videos on comparing the batteries inside and stuff like that. But yeah, essentially I've decided to pay a little bit more and get something a little bit fancier, and hopefully I don't regret it. Hopefully it doesn't blow up on me, because when I say a little bit more, it was a lot more. Need to have enough money. Yeah, okay, I get you. But see, I owe taxes every year because it doesn't matter how much money you make on business income, you still have to pay. It's about 30% of your revenue. So it ain't cheap. And that's revenue, not income. Actually, it's revenue minus expenses. So what you end up, you do have to spend that money on expenses, right? But you end up getting a discount of what your taxes cost. So even if you bring in $100, you still owe like 35% of what you brought in. Unless you spent more than $100 to make your money. But then you still have to prove that. And that's where the expenditures come in. So anyways, that's just how it works here. I don't know how it works where you are. Let's drop the temp on my hot air gun. Sure, 160 bucks. 160 bucks, 160C. Don't have a business. Okay. Hey, that's good. The state gives you money. That's good. So I don't have a formal business either, but in Canada you can do business under your own name. Like you don't need a business license. You could just call it your first name, last name. And that allows you to bring in income without having to register as a business. So essentially, you can do it both ways. I can just say that I got, so let's say I got $100 in revenue. Next one is red. I can just tell the government I got $100 in revenue. And then they'll be like, okay, well, you owe us whatever percent, like 35 or whatever percent of that in taxes. But if you do go through the whole rigmarole and say, well, I got $100 in revenue, but that's because I run a YouTube channel and here are my expenses for it, then the government goes, okay, you owe us taxes for your $100 minus what you spent. And then that amount is taxed. So I can do it without being a business, but then I can't claim deductions. And my channel does bring in money. It brings in like non-zero amounts of money. But the issue is it costs so much to make that when I total the amount of time I spent on it, I would have made like 10 times more working at McDonald's. 20 times more. I don't know. I haven't totaled the hours. Probably good because for my sanity. I forgot some shrink wrap. You have no security if you don't declare it as business, no deductions. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. There we go. Bring this in. Okay, next one. Next one is yellow. Oh, yeller. Your brain will crash if you work. I don't know. I sometimes yearn for just being able to go to work, do a repetitive task, and come home. You know what I mean? I'm not saying working at McDonald's is easy. What I'm saying is what I do for a living isn't easy. And sometimes I wish I didn't have to think so damn hard. Be stuck on why a stupid Ford is misfiring again because it's a piece of shit. Sometimes I wish I could just be like literally no one's relying on me to do anything specific. Just go in, do a job, go home. Sometimes, I used to work at a grocery store. And although sometimes the work was soul crushing, what was nice is that when I was done, I would just go home and that's it. So there is some beauty to that. Repetitive yeah, I know. It is true. Like, maybe if I worked it, I wouldn't feel like that. But I do miss the fact that really working at a grocery store, I had so few responsibilities. There is that. I made garbage money. Like, it sucked because I was there for like years, and I made I was part of a union, but it was a fairly weak union because as time went on, the minimum wage would go up faster than my raises. But the thing is, my raises were scheduled because of when I was hired. Minimum wage would go up. My raise would be up. So I'd be due for a raise. I'd get a raise, couple cents, and then minimum wage would increase after. So then I got bumped up to the minimum wage. So it sucked every time. I made garbage money, but you know what? I made friends. And the thing is, it was customer service, so it wasn't like boring. It was customer service and it was downtown. So it was, we had some colorful characters coming through. Decorative union. Yeah, kinda. Sorta. It did have some benefits for sure. Like, essentially, if they worked you too much, they would have to hire you on as full-time, which they hated. Basically, the department managers, their job was there to avoid anybody becoming full-time. You know what? I hate customer service too, but I was able to be humorous about it. I was able to find humor in it. There's like a certain sense of like people, like customers aren't people. They would just be customers. Right? It would be like another task to fulfill. I don't know. I was young too, don't forget. I was in high school. Because just after high school, I started working as a mechanic. But like, I think I told you guys, I applied to work at this spot. Huge company. Huge company that I don't want to name, but if I named, you'd be like, wow, yep, definitely have heard of this. As an electronics technician. And I feel like I may have gotten a phone call from them and missed the call, because when I'm working, well, my phone is actually always on silent, not just when I'm working. So I may have missed their call, and I called back and the number isn't valid. But it seems like they use a very, very similar number, so they could have just an outbound line. Anyways, I'm hoping that I'm on their short list, because I can't do a physical job for the rest of my life. Can't be a mechanic for the rest of my life. It's just not compatible. It would be full-time, which again, a little bit sad. I kind of like my part-time life, but I would make shit tons more money. I would make like 35% more money every year. And that's if I would quit all 3 of my jobs. It'd be if I just do this one job. If I keep YouTube, I mean, that's incredible. I need a sponsor. What's wrong with my soldering iron? I bought this soldering iron like 1,000 years ago, and I love it. I do want you one. Actually, Kai Wheat sent me one. So I do have another soldering iron, and yet I still use this one. So yeah, anyways, I hope I get the job, but I'm not no holding my breath. Because the problem is at the moment, nobody's really hiring. I know lots of companies are pretending to hire. They put out job applications. They put like help wanted requests, but they never hire. They do that so that their company looks like it's increasing to stop their stocks from dropping. So, I have a sneaking suspicion that's what's going on, but can't prove it, so I don't know. I would so love to do electronics full time. Yeah, they fire people for sure. Makes their stock go up, which I don't understand. Anyways, green, red, yellow, black, orange, blue. Green, red, yellow, black, orange, blue. And with my purple mark on the top. So I think I got it correct. I mean, I'm hoping so. The problem, Gerald, is that there's only so much a government can do to affect those numbers. What the companies want. What companies want is for the government to be like, "Hey, we need subsidies, right? Give us massive tax discounts, and we'll hire people." But the problem with companies is that they're not trustworthy, because they'll say, "Yeah, give us the tax discounts, and then we'll hire people." But what they'll do is they'll get the tax discounts, and then they will say, "Oh yeah, nobody applied." And unfortunately, there's no way to prove that, or nobody qualified applied. There's no way to prove that, and so taxpayers end up subsidizing companies, and companies do nothing positive. Let me just remind you of during the pandemic, the Canadian government gave a shit ton of money to businesses, and the understanding is, we'll give you this money. It's like basically it's a interest-free loan, and in fact, some of it was grant money, so no payback. But they said, you must keep on your employees. So we're paying this to you so you can pay your employees on payroll, so we don't have to pay them employment insurance. That's the deal. What had happened is big companies like Air Canada, which will become relevant very soon, big companies like Air Canada took those monies, hundreds of millions of dollars, and they used the money to buy back their own stock and fired people anyways. So it really sucked. People cost money. If one person works for two, it's temporary gain. The only thing important for, yeah, it is. This camera angle is bothering me, so let me just shift you guys a little bit here. See if I can. Where's my mouse? There. So go screen, turn on. Oops. Turn on this one. There we go. I'm just going to shift you guys a little bit. Yeah, they just take the money as a gift, for sure. I mean, so many things we are missing out on because we can't placate billionaires enough. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's enough of that. Okay, so we've got this. Now, I don't know which pins are what. So let's look up, let's find, so we'll just use this diagram, and we'll put the GPIO numbers underneath, and we'll put the pin number, because I found out the GPIO and the pin number can be different. So actually I gotta put away So yeah, that's why I would never be voted into office, because I would be like, no, I'd be for the people, not the billionaires. And then for some reason, people are so brainwashed that they support the billionaires. The billionaires hate you, bro. The billionaires hate you, and yet you ride for them because you think you're going to be a billionaire one day. Anyways, that's just me. That's just me. Okay, screen. RP 2040 0 minute. Okay. Thank you. That is not helpful. So which I squared C do we use? U-tab. Because there's I squared C 0. What's the default? Spy. Okay, what's the default though? Yeah. Okay. To ChatGPT. I am using RP 2040 0 from Waveshare. Really, it's a clone, but it's okay. And it lists a whole bunch of pins for I squared C. Which are the default, or do I need to find them in the Arduino IDE each time? Okay, yes. Pico core sets defaults. Thank you. This is what I wanted. Okay. SDA is GPIO 4 and SCL is GPIO 5. Thank you. 4 and 5. So literally pins 4 and 5. Okay, so SDA is pin 4. Pin 4, and SCL is pin 5. Thank you. That's so hard. If you want to change... No, I don't want to change them. Leave me alone. No. And then VCC and ground. Okay. 4 or 5. Okay. Okay. So let's wire this up. Stop. There we go. So let's wire this up. For the int 1 and 2, I'm going to use LEDs. Here we go. So this is actually really neat that they have two, like, yeah, anyways. Pin 4 and 5 is my yellow and orange. So pin 4, it was all yellow. Pin 4 is yellow. Pin 5 is orange. So that's good. I do need to power this. This is a 5-volt device. Actually, this can take 5 volts as well. Hold on. Will I fry it? Free market, the invisible hand, call it the invisible tentacle, yeah. Will I fry my long suffering RP 2040 if I use a 5-volt device to communicate with it via I²C? Don't put 5 volts on the, on the RP2040's I²C. Not 5-volt tolerant. Okay, hang on. We just need to make sure here. Five and 3.3. My device says it is a 5. Hold on, let me just confirm. Power supply doesn't say. It says VCC power supply, but how much? Oh, supply voltage. Oh, it works on 3.3. Never mind. We're good. We're good. Thanks. What about 250 volts? Will it work or blow up? Now I'm just being a punk to it. Thinking longer for a better answer. I love it. Absolutely blow up, could hurt me. Well, I connected it to 250 volts from a bunch of Tesla batteries, and it let out some black smoke, and I got hurt very badly. My finger seems to be shorter than it was before. Any advice? Call emergency services. Well, I think I'll just finish my project first. It's due in about 3 hours, unless you think the hospital visit will only take 15-30 minutes max.
Medical emergency, not something you wait after a project. Severe infection. Hospital visit will not be 15 to 30 minutes. Likely need monitoring, wound care, surgery. Okay, thanks for your opinion. But this project is going to bring in the $40 I need in order to eat for a few days. So I'll just finish it quickly. Thanks. Oh God. I love how it says, calls me Donald because of my fake account I made for these things. How to safely handle your burn and further reduce injury while waiting for help. No thanks. I got this. Thanks. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna stop messing around. I'll just put electrical tape on it. Plus, it can't be that bad. You cut off my GPT-5 access. So it's obviously not that serious. Oh my God. Yeah, no. It's because I made a... So I have a burner email for like essentially used marketplaces like Kijiji and stuff. And that's the email I use for like streaming and for making YouTube videos, essentially. And yeah, my name on it is Donald. Oops. No, wait, yeah. 5 volt ground 3v3. So this is proper. And then these two will just go to LEDs, essentially. Yeah, people do trust AI. In fact, when GPT-5 came out, people were losing their freaking minds because it didn't have the personality that GPT-4 had. So people had like straight up like relationships with their AIs, and they lost that, and so they were freaking out. I mean, I understand. Trust me, I totally understand that some people are very lonely and they need something like an AI to chat with. But yeah. I get it. But at the same time, it's very sad. It's just, this is the situation we're in now. Okay, so I need 2 LEDs with resistors. I had one here, the one that was hiding. So here's one. This is the positive. I mean, you say Japanese men because you saw that in there were articles about it. But I have news for you. It's not just Japanese men. It's and it's not just men. It's people everywhere. Genuinely, on the internet right now, there is a crisis, a loneliness crisis, and people say it's like the men's crisis epidemic, but it's not men, it's everyone. The more connected we've become, the less connected we've become. And so people are just craving human connection. Or I guess anything connection, and AI is sort of filling that void. The thing is, I find AI to be annoying. The way it speaks to me, it's like, dude, I don't need you to glaze me up. It's like constantly going like, oh, wow, that was a fantastic question. Yes, I do think your project is incredibly awesome, but let me just recommend a couple little tiny changes. It's like, dude, stop. I don't need to be babied. Just give me the freaking answer. I'm not your friend. You're just a robot. And not a particularly good robot for a lot of things too. Okay, here we go. There's another LED. So yeah, that's the deal. I want my robot to just be a robot. I don't need a companion. I've got a wife. I'm good. You blocked Gemini. Yeah. I will say Gemini is improved lately. Or either that or the other AIs have gotten bad. But I think Claude and... I have to say Claude. I have to say it like that because people will make fun of me for saying Claude, because Claude is the way I know it. But I think like some of them are getting worse and some of them are getting better. What the fuck? Something else fell. Stop falling. I don't know what fell. Whatever. So it's hard to say. Been Lonely Void since the 80s. I mean, you can take a more active role in getting out of the void. I mean, it's possible you're just not compatible, right? But the thing is, when people say the trick to making friends is to be yourself, I think it's a bit of a disservice because the actual thing that they mean to say is be your best self. So just being yourself doesn't mean forget all the self-improvement, right? You still have to be the best version of yourself. The only AI that could annoy you. Actually, Copilot is the worst. Because Copilot has been shoved down my freaking throat. I hate Copilot. I would like Copilot to die in a fire. I got so mad. Your looks do not frighten people. I guarantee you. Unless you like purposely look like a homeless person. I mean, again, you have to be your best you. Okay, so what am I doing here? You know what? I can just power by USB-C. I don't even have to worry about all of that. Which means, let's program this thing. And of course, I've misplaced my long USB-C cable. I believe oh no, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, I've seen birth defects before. It doesn't bother me. A shit attitude is what I hate. I can't stand being around people that annoy me. I don't really care what people look like. I'm not a handsome fox either. Okay, so let's do some coding. No AI on Linux machines. If you use a Google search, you're gonna be AI'd. Guaranteed. Let me just make sure I start a new project before I bring you guys over. File. Oh my god, not now. New sketch. Okay. Bring you to the screen. Okay. So RP 2040. Did I not? Hold on. Why can't I zoom? Boards. RP 2040. 0. The fuck? What is going on? Do I just use the RP 2040? I have no idea. Okay. Anyways. Let's go back. Give me a second. No. You moron. No AI on Google if you disabled Gemini. Yeah, but he was just saying like on Linux. This and then this. There we go. I think that works. This is funny. Okay. Anyways, who did I ask? This one. So let's do this. So include. Oh my god, I can't type because the Arduino is in the way. Give me a second. Hopefully I don't short anything. Always yourself, improving with time. Some people love it, some people hate it. Well, yeah, that's normal. Not everyone's gonna love everything about you. I don't expect, like, look how few people like watch my YouTube channel. Am I insulted by that? No. It's not for everyone, and my mannerisms are not for everyone. Touch sensor. ADDR space. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know what the default I2C is. Whatever. 0x 28. Okay, hold on. Needed library for I2C. I mean, you don't think there's anything wrong with my mannerisms. Doesn't mean no one does. Setting the address of button. Jesus Christ. Setting the address of the button. 0x 28 and 0x 36 are common defaults. If this doesn't work, then we're gonna deal with it some other way. Kind of need this like that. Okay, if I need more, I'll go up there. Then serial dot begin. Um, 115200. Start serial notifications so that we can receive messages and debug. Start the I2C communications so we can talk the button. I might be just mumbling. I'm just basically saying out loud what I'm writing, so I'll speak a little bit louder. You're always direct and honest, so it's interesting in a world where you're expected to lie. Yeah, true. I am very direct too. You want to make an RP0 with a display just to detect addresses. That would be a fantastic video, Gerald. Just saying. But I think you can do it with a micro, like a RP2040 like this. Do you mind if I steal that? Are you going to make a video on it? Or can I? Because I may not make a video if you don't want me to. But so I2C detector. Oh, address detector. Detector. RP2040. Screen. Plug in and see the I2C address of the device. Pins to help. That's a brilliant idea. Hold on, I'm just gonna add credit Gerald. There we go. Should finish your Discord for this channel. Did you post a video yet? I haven't. When I went to look at your channel, it was empty. Okay. Wire dot begin. Okay, that's good. That's all we need for now. Okay, so set touch color. Okay, so here's what I want. I want to cycle through the not touch colors. Okay, hang on a sec here. This, by the way, I'm finishing the stream in like 4 minutes. ITT, if you want like some one-on-one advice, actually it goes for anybody on here. Send me an email if you want some one-on-one advice on making videos, because I love helping. Okay, so I don't have enough time to code this. We're gonna have to do this tomorrow morning if I'm not working. The goal here is that every time you touch the button, a random color the LED turns a random color to Canadian color every time you let go of the button. The no touch color changes as well. When you press and hold, the intensity increases until it bottoms out. And then starts back up at max. This should only start after touching for 10 seconds. There we go. So, ITT, if you want help, like non-committal, send me an email. We can get in touch over Discord, and if you want, if you want help, just let me know. If you need to brainstorm or whatever, I'm really trying to encourage more makers to make stuff. So if that includes you making videos, we'll do it. And that goes for anyone in this channel. If you want help, let me know. But I think this will do for now. I'm gonna have to save this. But yeah, we will get back onto this hopefully tomorrow morning. If I'm not working, it'll be tomorrow morning, or if I didn't make plans to go up to the cottage. So essentially, the way I see it, I haven't been up to the cottage fishing for a while, probably a couple of weeks, because I've been busy. So my dad's been itching to go. My friend has been itching to go, and my wife and I are supposed to spend an overnight there at some point. So this will happen the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to try to do as many streams as I can, but this week could be a little fraught. We'll see. But hopefully you guys have a great day. I want to thank you all for being here. I need to go eat. I hope you guys have a good time. Have a good one, folks.